Hello everyone, my name is Emily Fischer. I will be presenting the second principle in the Little Red Book called Prepare to Win or Lose to Someone Who Is. So the basic fundamental principle of the second chapter is be prepared. This is a motto used by our Boy Scouts for over 100 years. In the second chapter, the author talks a little bit about things that you should never do when presenting to a prospect. So here I have two quotes. The first one, tell me a little about your business. This would be the third worst thing that you could possibly say when presenting a sales pitch to a prospect. You should research, read, and prepare. So you should have strategic documents already printed out about your prospect. You should have taken notes, read, prepared, and already know the information about the prospect that you need. The second worst thing you could say, let me tell you about my business. Your prospect has already prepared, knows about your business, and could care less about what you have to say. They know everything. So what you should do instead is ask clarifying questions about the information that you've already read up on, and any elaboration you may need about information pertaining to the company that you didn't understand. Those would be great questions to ask while presenting. And here are 8.5 resources that you could use to prepare before presenting to a prospect about their company. The first one being the internet. So this one seems pretty standard. What you want to remember about when using the internet is not just going to the company's website, but putting the company's name in multiple search engines to find articles or additional information that might not be on their website or provided to you. Second, research who you're meeting with. You want to know who you're selling to get that advantage point. Additionally, research the CEO of the company. Then you know what the company stands for and what the CEO stands for. The second resource, their literature. So this may be articles published by the company. With their literature, it can tell you about their market coverage, what the company thinks of themselves, and what the company thinks of their products. Third, their vendors. This is a great resource to use. They can sometimes be reluctant to talk, but if they do, you're going to find out about compensation. They're going to share their experiences, what you would expect when working with them as a vendor. Very valuable resource. Fourth, their competition. So this is a resource that's going to give you probably more dirt than any of the other resources. They're going to let you know how they run their business. The more their competition hates the prospect you're meeting with, probably the better business that your prospect does. So 5, their customers. This is where you're going to get raw information. They're going to tell you about quality, they're going to tell you about delivery, they're going to tell you about the expectations they have and the expectations that the company needs. This is also a very great resource. 6, one people forget about, but people within your own network, people within your own group that may know the prospect that you're meeting with and could possibly give you 1 to 2 facts that you wouldn't find anywhere else. Also a good competitive advantage. Next, their employees. Probably the most willing to talk would be their PR or marketing, but advisors would be a nice resource. They're less likely to give information than the others, PR and marketing. 8, their sales department. Salespeople love to talk, so that resource is bound to give you a lot of information. It's just picking out the pieces that are pertinent to your sales pitch and what's going to benefit you. And lastly, Google yourself. This company that you're meeting with has probably already Googled you, and if you Google yourself and find nothing, that's going to probably tell the company a lot as well. So why do people buy? This is one of the main points in the book. It's not how do we sell, but why do they buy? Liking your sales rep is the #1 reason somebody's going to buy something from you. So when you're bringing your pitch to the company, bring objectives. Bring 1 or 2 objectives that you wish to accomplish within this meeting. They may not show they're impressed, but silently they're impressed, and that's going to bring you to your ultimate goal, is getting them to like you, which is eventually going to bring them to buying from you. And then secondly, I trust my sales rep. This is another big reason why do people buy. In the chapter, it talks about your whole life doing your homework. Have you done your homework? You go through school having to do your homework and having your parents and your teachers ask you, and you finally graduate and you think, no more homework. Well, that's a fundamental of business, and your prospects expect that you've already done your homework. So coming prepared is going to start that initiate that ground of trust. You've done your homework, they expected you to do your homework, you've met your first trusting goal. Are you a winner or are you a whiner? This is a quote that the author put in their first illustration. You can't be a winner if you're a whiner. He said he put that in his first book as something funny, thought it was a joke, and then he later realized that it's 100% true when working in the sales industry. So these are some questions that you should ask yourself. How do you bring problems to others? What do you say when something doesn't go your way? And how do you react when you lose a big sale? If any of the answers to these questions involve whining, get out of sales. You're never going to be successful if your tactic is to whine. It's not an attribute that a successful salesperson carries with them. So the difference between success and mediocrity is philosophy. There's two important philosophical quotes that the author has put into the second chapter that I'd really like to touch on that relate to being prepared and then relate to the bigger picture as well. So the workday starts the day before. Ask yourself, what do you do the day before your workday? Are you watching TV? Are you watching sports? Are you drinking? If the answer to any of those is yes, get out of sales. So that would be something that a successful salesperson would consider pathetic, and that would be something that some salespeople would consider not pathetic. Those people are your competition. Work while others sleep. So I've put down some facts: 5 books, 700 columns, and more than 1,000 presentations. These are examples that the author has given us that he's been able to successfully obtain because he works while other people sleep. 3 to 4 hours. While someone else is sleeping, you could be working, surfing the net, learning, reading up on your clients, just using that time to get ahead, to be prepared. This is a great tactic to prepare to be successful, to prepare for success to be forever, for sales to be successful long-term, not short-term. And this is just my works cited page. If you have any questions, please leave comments below my video. Thank you.